The Rundown. I'm ALT Insider here with my co-host Cheese. How you feeling?
I'm great. Getting ready for this, man.
Still on that?
Session, as you put it. What is this going to be like? Is this
Yeah,
going to be marathon? Is this going to be like, yeah, walk in and check this out kind of thing? Yeah, we're just doing speed runs. He's going to just be uh, basically being interactive and teaching everybody in the back like what's going on. So I'm really excited to see how it's gonna be performed.
yeah. I got to what's it gonna be set up like? Like I was wondering if it's gonna
Yeah,
be just like here's the show and here's where the speedrunners are running and we all watch them. But then they said the interactive part, so maybe it's not like that. Grand Pooh Bear going to tell us how to do some tricks and stuff? Is he going to tell
right.
the people? And we should say this is a place where there's alcohol, right? So it's going to be everyone getting lit and also playing video games kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing, the big questions, and it will be streamed, so we'll all know the answers soon when it happens in April, which we should say is on April 4th, which is not that far away. Before our next show, it'll be on.
Mm.
So and I also want to know, not that people say I worry about money too much, but I want to know, it's free admission. So are these guys just doing this to promote Red Bull, or is this something that they are set up themselves to create income for themselves from the bar or something for bringing people in? I have no idea,
It's a
but
good
you
question.
know what I mean? Like, is this something other speedrunners could also do themselves as a way to get more, revenue, right? Could Cheese go around and
Right.
say, I'm doing 64 runs at your nearest bar in Spain? Could you do that? Is that a
Yeah.
thing? But we'll see. We'll see. Any other
So
thoughts on that? Yeah.
yeah, so the lineup, Grand Pooh Bear, Spike Vegeta, Oats and Ghosts, and Andy. These are big names, first of all, and they're really good personalities. Spike Vegeta and Grand Pooh Bear together, that's an insane combo. So when they talk about interactive sessions, you can't get more interactive than the Spike Vegeta and Grand Pooh Bear combo, in my opinion. So and then Oats and Goats and Andy, they're experts in their games.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
so I think an amazing four they have there. So I'm really excited to see how it plans out, and the interactive part is really interesting. So yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's another. I mean, live events, and this is a very new idea for a live event, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the dream team, four people there for sure. Next topic I want to talk about is something about ESA that was just released. They just made a comment. The exact comment was they've sold more tickets for the ESA Summer 2019 than they did for the Winter one, in much less time. They're almost they sold their cap of tickets for Winter already for Summer. And I want to quote this that Edenall said on my Discord. He said, "Edenall Summer will give SGDQ a good run for its money." What do you think about that, Cheese? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Ooh. Well, he probably refers to the people talking about it because I would say in the past, like in this year and since ESA summer of 2018, there's been lots and lots of talk about ESA. And when he had it on the show, he said it himself. He talked about this. ESA has lots of plans for 2019, and the people are talking. And I think this is what he's talking about. So ESA summer, the tickets are selling. The numbers are there. The viewers have doubled. So I would love to go as well. Of course, I'm going to TwitchCon Europe in 2 weeks, and ESA is going to be there. So
Mm,
um, it's gonna give. I would agree. I would have to say the same thing. It's probably gonna give SGDQ a run for their money. In terms of people talking, in the speedrunning community, people are gonna start paying attention a lot more to ESA after this event. I think.
yeah, I think it's. I wonder what he means exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ways to gauge that statement. But yeah, ESA has always been. They're doing a lot of things throughout the year. That's one thing they've done that's way different than GDQ side of things is they do things very much throughout the year. I know GDQ's probably been working on that in the last year or
Hmm.
so with the podcast they do and the kind of quick fixes. No, what's it called? Hot fixes they do. But ESA is something that they do very consistent things throughout the year to help themselves grow. So we shall see what that means. Last fact, what fact was that? Last news thing we want to talk about is the man Nimpalk. What did he do? Cheese, let us know.
Okay. So yeah. So Nimpok, there's a new thing in Banjo Kazooie, a new skip that was found a few days ago. Don't hate me, but it might be 2 or 3 days ago. I'm not 100% sure. But a guy named Impok, it's called an Impok skip. Um, there's a part of the game called Furnace Fun, which is the last part of the game right before the Gruntilda fight, which is the last fight of the game right before the end of the speedrun. Furnace Fun has always been, that part of the run when everybody's like, no, oh god, it's and back in the day it was very you could lose a lot of time on it. Some of it was RNG based, and you would get questions wrong and stuff like that. So the new skip was found where you can skip pretty much almost the entirety of Furnace Fun, and I was told that it saves up to 1 minute and 50 seconds, almost 2 minutes of time save, which means that sub 2 is easily gonna happen very, very soon. And of course, as everyone knows in Banjo-Kazooie, sub 2 in Banjo-Kazooie 100% has been like the goal. It's like the sub 140 of Mario 64 120 Star, or the sub 4 in OT 100% forever. And now this trick has been found. It's like, it's gonna happen now. Everybody is excited. Everybody's grinding runs, of course, now, and people have already gotten PBs. And of course, we're gonna show you guys a clip very soon of Dickest Khan, made by D Whatever. A clip of Dickest Khan, beloved Banjo-Kazooie runner, getting the trick for the first time and getting a PB on it. And it was super exciting, and it was the first time he's done it.
Doesn't matter. That's insane. I got it first try. I got it so fast.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this DLC?
Yeah,
about,
it's one of the
every
coolest.
time a big trick is found, and
It's one of the
it's
coolest
like-
parts of speedrunning, right? Is when you see this cool,
Yeah.
like, especially games been out forever, a long time, and people have been grinding it for a long time, and to find something like this, I like to watch the streams where they are working. You ever seen people like working on trying to find glitches? It's really cool. Like, it can be
Yeah.
really boring when they don't
Glitch
work.
hunters.
Yeah, those can be really boring as well, because 99% of the time you don't find anything. And it's like, I think something's here, but there's nothing. But when you see it happen, it is really cool. And shout out to Nimpog as well. I want to see. I want the clip for Nimpog to be on here as well, because somewhere on the show, because that's worth it as well, because his reaction is really cool when he finally realizes he found this glitch for sure. But yeah. And even today, people are grinding it today. People are putting times all the time on this game. So yeah, Banjo-Kazooie community, I'm sure, is loving this little refreshment of the hype for their game. That's really cool. So,
Yeah.
But before we get to our interviews for the day, let's get to our league updates with our man, the man with the plan. Simply enjoy.
Big Sam.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Daddy Jones, Simp. And man, I'm pumped up because it's the first league. It's been a lot of fun, and it's coming to a close. We got 1 week left. So we're going to go through and do a little check and see exactly how all the leagues are stacking up. Now, first up, Mario Kart Double Dash Time Trials League. Goomba, of course, still holding strong at the top, but Optimistic Emo and Loth John, very, very close, 126 to 123. Could see some movement going on here. You go on down, we got Mega Matt, Outer Halo, Baseball Kid, Ultimark, and Phoenix. And of course, the top 8 are the playoff positions. So Phoenix here sitting at 62 points, Jayhawk sitting at 61, and even Rickbick sitting at 51. Possibly could see somebody get kicked out, but other than that, top 7 pretty much secured. So that's what's going on in that world. Moving along, we got the Celeste 90%, TGH back on top, 39 points, Flad at 35, and Nero at 30. The 5-point differential. Actually, I thought it was 5-5-5, but it's 4-5. Commentator not really sure what he's doing, not sure how to read numbers, but that's okay. We got Chow Kitty at 27. Chai Kitty at 27. Miss Sushi sitting pretty, 19. Malay, Psyched, and Moose and Black Pear actually tied for 8th. Now again, top 8. I mean, this is pretty big, especially the Celeste prize pool is pretty poppin'. Shoutouts to the Celeste team for throwing 5,000 bones down once again. So, going to be hard-pressed to get in the top 8. Moose and Black Pear are going to have to pull out all the stops. But Psyched sitting pretty comfortably. And that's what's going on in the Celeste world. Moving on, Super Mario Odyssey. Shoutouts to Microvito getting that first sub 1. So epic. It finally happened. And, of course, the man is sitting at the top. 491 points. Up behind him, Chaos Pringle at 450. Then you got Stravos, Lil Curbs, Again, very close there. And then we got a big jump down to Susaiga, 347, and another big jump down to Fur, Equan, and Dansta. And then, of course, we got Lil Aggie and Rails. And now the top 8 looking pretty much cemented in. Lil Aggie might have to pull out all the stops, but Super Mario Odyssey for you. And Super Mario 64, here we are, 70-star League Division 2, Tabascoth at 444 points at the top, Momo 20 behind, JJ another 20 behind. Then we got a pretty big jump down to Protoman, Drogi right behind, Cartoon Buffoon 4 points behind Drogi. Again, I don't have eyeballs. Kopitz a little bit lower, Gainai. Now again, top 8, you're really looking at these positions right here. See who's going to actually cement themselves in the top 8. And you can see Pete has an opportunity here. And we could even see Zion slip his way in, depending on how Gainai performs. So definitely pay close attention to these guys. 70-star progressing very nicely. 16-star League, Aki is destroying. 40 points at the top. Ante and Binny tied up at 24. And Ouija chilling right behind 23. We got a nice 1-point incrementals downwards. Decrementals, I should say. Cheese. Paracusia, D Whatever, and Rock Chalk tied for 7th. And Gainai sitting right outside at 9th. And the point spread here, it's pretty much looking like these boys are all in for the top 8. But can Rock Chalk find himself better seeding? Maybe. We'll have to see this following week. And last, but certainly not least, the 70-star League Division 1. Punke has been popping off. D Whatever not too far behind, though. 20 points. We might just see D Whatever take the top of the league. Then we got the big jump down. Toast Rider, Cheese, Benji. Benji finding himself way up. If we saw last week, I'm pretty sure he wasn't even in the top 8. So shout out to Benji making it in there. Binny right behind. Viro following closely behind. And Ouija at 8th now again. Here at the top 8 positions, we got Paracusia only 16 points behind Ouija. I mean, depending on how Ouija plays. And Viro, we could see some movement on here. We could see Ouija dethroned, and we could possibly see the live Cluck and Egg dethroned. So, hoping for the best for these boys. Make sure they can get in top 8 for the playoffs, for a chance to play at pace. This has been the rundown of the leagues by yours truly. Thank you so much, and catch you around. Peace.
All right, guys, there you go with the big simp update on the current GSA League standings. Yeah, man, I mean, hot action going on. And we're coming very close to the end of the season. Only a few weeks away until pace and, you know, the playoffs. The big ending. The big top 4. Yeah. So coming up, we have our first interview with a very, very, very prominent member of speedrunning. His name is
The one, the
BigJon.
only. The BigJon.
The only BigJon. So what do you have to tell me about this guy?
He's someone that, for me, and we have a lot of stuff up here. His 5 GDQ appearances, obviously. He's done a lot of stuff for speedrunning. I remember watching his rise, his very fast rise into prominence. Yeah. He just has a very unique way about him, and how he does his stream is very unique as well. But yeah, what about you? What are your thoughts on him?
Right off the bat, very, very wholesome person. Very easy to talk to. You know, he never has a bad thing to say.
Yeah.
And he always is welcoming to every community in speedrunning. He wants to showcase and highlight any game that he can, you know. And it's a great thing to have in a community. And sometimes there could be a lot of negative or stuff going on or drama, and he's always there to just make things happy again.
Yeah, he's the rare person that's like, there's nothing negative at all. He even he talks about it. If it's something negative, he doesn't even talk about it. You know, and that's not. We didn't even mention in the kind of getting people there fundraisers he used to do, and that's something that, if you think about it, that's just incredible. He used to put on fundraisers to get people to GDQ. You know, and that just shows the show what kind of person he is. So yeah, here's our interview with the awesome BigJon. Enjoy.
Okay, so way back when Jefferson was president, I remember. So this kind of how this worked. I do a lot of game show development. I used to do that a lot in the early 2000s, and whatnot. PC games of like game shows like Price is Right, Pressure Luck, and stuff. So it happened that a lot of people used to upload their videos to YouTube of playing my games. And so I ran across someone's video who was playing it on the now defunct Blog TV. It was another live streaming site. You know, it's gone now. But so I used to play over there, and they shut down. And I was looking for somewhere else to stream. So I was going through like Justin and Instagib and all these other sites, and I stumbled across Twitch, and I was like trying to figure out who has the lowest latency. At a point in time, was Twitch, which was like 5 back in the day, and I was like, God, this is so long compared to like nearly real time, you know, with like 40-person Skype calls. And so when I was there,